Erling Haaland is without a doubt the best goalscorer in football in the moment, and it's been like that for a couple of years now. Yet, somehow he still faces a lot of criticism even though he is doing his job almost perfectly. His first season in Manchester City was amazing. He scored goals for fun, broke records, won the treble with his club and ended the season with the long-awaited Champions League title which the club from Manchester was fighting many years for. It's very easy to cherry-pick about some things. For example, a lot of people criticize Erling for not scoring in the last 4 semi-final Champions League matches and also the final. But, his team still managed to win last year's Champions League and get very close this season as well. And who was the leading goalscorer so the team can get to that point? It was Haaland. So it's not fair to criticize about him missing out to get into the scoresheet in the last 3 matches, when he was prolific scorer in the previous 10, which led them to get in the finals. To get to the championship matches, you need consistent goal scorers, and there's nobody more consistent than the Norwegian international. This season was less spectacular for the striker, scored less goals, won less trophies, and even though the superstar players are held to higher standards, still there's not that much room for criticism, given the fact that he is the club's top goalscorer and Premier League top goalscorer, and knowing that City won the league, Erling did his job. Nowadays, football is different, the game has changed. A lot of coaches have different strategies, but no matter how much you change the game, the striker's most important thing will remain the same, and that's scoring goals. As far as his technique, his dribbling, there's definitely room for improvement. He is not the type of striker to dribble a lot or be involved in the play, but he still needs to improve a little bit, which he will, no doubt, given his incredible work ethic. The thing is, it's not like Haaland has that much freedom to begin with, so he can have a chance to try and dribble and be creative. Manchester City play a certain type of football, led by Pep Guardiola. They play with a lot of passes back and forth, and that team is filled with players who can do that all day long, so when it comes to the Norwegian, he is not needed in that case. If he stays in Manchester City for a long time, and they continue to play this way, he can be pretty much the same player, and continue to flourish. But, also you have to consider that the opposition teams will continue to try to figure out ways to stop him, and this season, more than ever, it seems like more teams have been successful in doing that. Especially in the matches against the better teams. The biggest problem with Erling Haaland is that in those matches, if the central defenders figure him out in the beginning, it's almost certain that he's not going to score. His skills with the ball certainly don't help, because the defenders don't fear him when he has the ball on his feet. So what's the main issue? His failing to change the game plan during the match. He has to think on a fly more, no matter what, it doesn't matter what the tactics are. Being the player that he is, it's always going to be a burden to mark him, but his off-the-ball movements and jumping header goals can't be the only tricks in his bag. In order to grow as a player, he has to be able to somehow contribute even when he's marked perfectly by the defenders. Prime Cristiano could be a ghost on the pitch for 90 minutes and still manage to destroy the opponents, because he is more complete, and knows many ways to score. Maybe Haaland can become a set-piece specialist. 3 or 4 free kick goals a season can definitely boost his already ridiculous yearly goal-scoring stats. Or maybe he needs to develop a signature move similar to Arjen Robben or Alessandro Del Piero. Simply put, Haaland needs to become a more versatile scorer and to add more weapons in his arsenal. There's been a lot of examples where strikers had to change the way they play. Sometimes they're forced to change due to injuries, or sometimes they change because they want to improve their game. Strikers that lose their pace and explosiveness have to learn spacing, timing and precise finishing, because they can't rely on their crazy athleticism anymore. In this case, he needs to create more headaches for the defenders before they learn all of his tricks and figure him out completely. Erling is like Pippa Inzaghi when it comes to having an eye for a goal, but the Norwegian is also faster and stronger, so when he gets the freedom and patience from the team to become a striker, that's going to be more involved in the creation of the attacking play. Sky will be the limit for the already unbelievable player. For those who want to get closer to football success, check out our digital book named Closer to Football Success. There is a 12-page free sample of this book, which you can check out by clicking the link in the description of this video.